drive down the street, you see a lot of cars. And there are cars, and then there are Bugattis, there are Lamborghinis, there are Koenigsbergs. Not all of them are the same. Not all boxing is the same. Not all combat sports is the same. No, what we're doing here on Saturday night, what's been going on all year, is special. It's different. It's not the same old boxing. It's not like the others. And no disrespect to anyone, but there are levels to this. And what we're doing here is the highest level of the sport. This is a historic matchup. Truly elite, undisputed champion against another elite, undisputed champion. This is special. It's different. The event on Saturday night will generate a gate of over $20 million. That's a rare feat in combat sports. It's rare in concerts or events of any kind. But this will be the third time in the last 6 months that we've done a gate of $20 million. Again, our third $20 million gate in the last 6 months. To put that in perspective, UFC has never done a gate of $20 million in its entire history. We've done it 3 times since April. Like I said, this is special. This is different. There's nothing else going on in combat sports that matches this type of event. We have to enjoy this event, we need to savor it. This is the best our sports has to offer. If you haven't already, I encourage you to check out episodes 1 and 2 of All Access. We've got some great access with both fighters. We thank them in their camps. You truly see a different perspective on each of them. And of course, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We'll see you Saturday night.
Just going back to tonight, when you have fights that you have tonight, when they're crazy, you want to sign both people, is there any part of you that thinks, oh, maybe we should start looking at contender series bonuses, fight night bonuses?
Yeah, I mean, listen. Fighting night bonuses on this fucking show, I mean, you'd be giving, how would you pick? I mean, it's tough enough on UFC cards. On these things, it's like, it's tough. But I think the bonuses that I end up doing is when I decide to give, you know, somebody to win money too. There's been a lot of that on the show. A lot of that.
You mentioned Kalamurza. I wanted to ask you if you heard the rumors and reports that started coming out that Showtime might be leaving boxing.
That's incredibly unfortunate. Production of that show is fantastic. The guy who runs Showtime Boxing is a great human being. Unfortunate to hear this. Fuck Espinoza. And it's about time that shitty product is off the air.
You're sad to see it go, I see. It does feel then that there might be a gap in the market in boxing. And
What's that?
It sounds like there could be a gap in the market then for boxing, and maybe if some companies have just formed a new company, there could be a big juggernaut that could start a new boxing promotion or boxing show.
You never know.
He made some comments, some that sounded endearing, but what do you think the hostility with you and Dana is? Just overall, is it from the Mayweather Conor, or is it just you guys are somewhat rivals in sports?
I mean, I don't know that we're rivals. I don't give a lot of thought to him. Look, first, I'm shocked. I'm shocked by the comments. I mean, we've always known Dana to be, so articulate and intelligent and witty with his comments. It's so strange of him to lash out in anger. I mean, who would have guessed that he would lash out in anger at somebody? You've never seen that from him before, right? Where it comes from? Look, I've got my own ideas. I mean, look, I think some of it is, I didn't go along with some of the misrepresentations that he wanted to say on the events that we did together. But for the most part, I've got some ideas, and I think it's kind of obvious. I don't have to articulate it, but I think people can put 2 and 2 together and see why he tends to single me out among most other people for that kind of, idiotic abuse. I mean, good. That's the only way that he can engage in some sort of dialogue. Then more power to him. I hope he can someday elevate his vocabulary and learn how to speak more eloquently and articulate. I think it's probably something that might be necessary and helpful if you're going to be a leader of a publicly traded company.